Okay, let's go in honest to the section 2, organic agricultural product inspection details. Okay, section A, management and management group. This is about the general management of the farm and of the application. Okay, first, number one is history of the farm and corrective actions. Have you been certified by the Korean certification, DCOK, or by the other certification body? And if there was a non-compliances, then inspector needs to check whether it has been solved or not. Also, if there was some non-compliant from another local certification body, you have to check it out whether it's solved or not. So the verification here, you have to write here there was no non-compliant from last inspection, or there was a non-compliant something, but it has been solved, like that. And there was no non-compliant from the local certification body inspection, or there was some non-compliant from the local certification body, but it's been solved, everything. These things should be summarized here. And the next one is if it's for the new applicant, you have to inspector needs to verify or add some description on here about the farm or the applicant background of the agriculture industry. See how long does the operators are being in organic until now. Then what was the reason for the operator to applying the Korean certification? All those things should be summarized somewhere here. And next one is the verification of the field. Is a farm map marked properly with the crop name and area? So because the farm map is the very important data for the certification, so farm map should be submitted with the application form and OSB. Farm map is the part of the OSB. So inspector needs to verify whether the map is correct or not compared to the field situation, field status, management status. So the map should be marked the crop names and the area should be marked on the map. Also the surroundings. So everything is correct on to the field situation. You can say here yes. Okay, I will introduce how to mark here the confirm or not confirm. So if it's confirmed, simply put circle, or if it's not confirmed because of some reason, okay, X. This is coming the non-compliant, or something's not confirmed yet, or it's non-compliant to the standard. That means the X. But if it's not applicable, then you can simply write here non-applicable. So just 3. For the confirmation, it's a circle. Not confirmed, not confirmed. That means the X. X means the not confirmed, and A means the not applicable. So either of 3, the mark should be on here. Okay, so it should be always circle confirmed. And this one is also should be confirmed like this. If some non-compliant from last year is not solved yet, you have to check your X and you have to describe. These things was pointed out from last inspection, but it's not solved yet until now. You have to list. You have to specify everything's on here. This comment section. Okay, let's go to the number 2. Is the estimated production reasonable in the comparison to farm size? Okay, when you see that we have to check the OSB supplementary sheet here. This is current year field chart. So in order to certify the field, operator have to complete this form and then submit this form with the OSP. So when you see this file, you will see inspector have to verify the area first. Area and the crop name, estimated production. This is estimated production. This is the, for example, the operator, there's one crop here, the width, and the fields are separated or scattered into the three fields, and each field is 1,000 square meter. So total area will be the 3,000 square meter, and the crop is width, and estimated production here is 300. So inspector needs to verify this amount of the production is reasonable compared to this farm size, field size. So basically, normally we're asking in this ask to the inspector to describe here annual average production amount quantity per hectare or the per acre. So if, for instance, if the wheats could be harvested annually, like average 2 tons per hectare, the inspector needs to verify here. So the crops average crop harvest amount, the quantity is 2 tons per hectare. They compare to this average, the total the production plant amount, the production estimated production quantity is reasonable or not. So this is what the inspector needs to verify, summarize here. Okay, there's two things. One thing is to mark the farm map, whether farm is correct, and the reasonable estimated production is written on the current year field chart. Okay, let's go to number 3, reduce of the farming record keeping period. Basically, 2 years is required to the Korean standard to keep all the farming record and the farm. So inspector needs to verify whether the operator has the record keeping for 2 years. In some cases could be shorter than 2 years, but in the most of cases that's not applies to the foreign growers, certified operators. Mostly that's why inspector needs to verify whether the operator keep all his records for 2 years or not. So if he operator keep the records for 2 years, okay, check the circle and that means they confirmed, and give some comments on here. And by checking operator's data, it was found that the operator keeping the record for more than 2 years, like that. The simple comments are important for us to understand whether this section is compliant to the standard or not. Okay, next one is go to the number 4, parallel production. As I explained in the general section, there are 3 types of the production type. First one is only organic. If the farm grows only organic wheats, organic crops, then there could be non-applicable. But if the farm grow organic and non-organic, the crops with the same variety or same crop, the visually is not distinguishable. That means that it's the same crop, so that it has a high risk to be contaminate each other. That's what we call cross contamination. In this case, the inspector needs to verify according against to the standard. Here it says, in the case of the parallel production, the producer must In case of the certifying for only a part of the crop, information on the amount of all the organosynthetic agricultural chemicals and chemical compost used in the cultivation process of non-certifying products must be recorded and kept. Additionally, the production amount and the sales amount per shipment of the relevant product must be recorded and kept. This information must be also allowed access at all times for verification by NAQS or the certification body. NAQS means the government agency which controls or the organic certification in Korea, National Agricultural Quality Services. And certification body means that DCOK. So inspector has to verify all the records for the uncertified the field or the material used to the non-conventional field to verify that the conventional materials are not used onto the organic field. Anyways, if it goes to parallel production, it's really complicated to comply to the standard. That's why it's better to say that it's just only organic. But as I experienced in my inspections, most of the farms in European and North America and South America, they do just organic, but sometimes they could do some other crops because of the crop rotation. But still it's inorganic, and if it's not the same variety, so it's better to include all the crops. If for instance, if the wheat or the soybeans are applied to Korean standard, they include all the beans on the farm, not only the part. But if the farm has another crop like wheat, then it could be, but still it's organic. But we can say that the full system of the farm is in organic. That means that the farm is not doing any conventional farming. So in this case, inspector can say that here this farm is only organic, then not applicable. And describe here this farm is growing organic beans and organic alfalfa for crop rotation reason, and the beans are being applied to the Korean certification because the alfalfa will not exported to Korea, but still it's still in organic. In this case, it could be considered as only organic, even though the alfalfa is not applied to the Korean certification. Okay, if you have any more questions, please email me or we can discuss later. Okay, this is number 5 is talking about group certification requirement. We'll skip this. If it's because this is really complicated. Korean group certification policy is really complicated to apply in other countries. In Korea is okay, but in other countries, so we're not recommend to apply as a group. If it's so okay, and next number 6 is the same prescription pre-inspection of group certification. This one will not applies to the individual farm. So in this case, just put here not applicable and simply add the comment here. This farm is just individual operation, not the group farm. Okay, so this time we finished the management and management group, general management information. Okay, next time we will go through the crop field, water and seed in section B. Okay, thank you. See you again.